All right, we're going to change the circuit board right now. To do so, we got to remove the 5 Phillips screws with our number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use needle nose pliers or equivalent just to lift up, get the assembly off. With one hand, hold on to it. With the other hand, just kind of push the circuit board buttons away. We're going to separate the 2 pieces. And now I've removed the bezel or cover. Now we're going to remove the 3 connectors on the back of the circuit board. This first one here is a 4-pin. That's the DFI or drawer full indicator connector. The center one here is for the motor and for power for the unit. And then the larger of the 3 is going to be for your hall sensors. Okay, and next I'm going to peel off the keypad, which is kind of stuck onto it, and then here you have a circuit board right there. Okay, you got your new circuit board. First thing we have to do is attach the rubber keypad to the replacement circuit board, and it simply has a rubber lip and a few points here that are going to interface with the board. So we're going to kind of tuck it in like so. You're kind of going to wrap it just so it overlaps the edge of the board, and just kind of work your way around all the sides like so. Now we're going to push on these 3 spots, and you'll notice the keypad comes through on those holes, and that helps stabilize the whole assembly. Now it's time to reassemble. We're going to start with the 4-pin connector, which is the DFI, and that goes down here. One thing to point out, we have another 4-pin connector right here. You do not want to hook it up there. That's going to be used at a later date. We're concerned with these connectors that are in a row right here. And if you do hook it up here, your drawer full indicator will not work, and you'll get an error message on your front panel. They are keyed. If you look closely, they're only going to go in one way. So if you're getting some resistance, take a closer look. You probably got it trying to put on the wrong direction. And then the 4th one, 3rd one rather. Okay, time to put the bezel or the circuit board cover back on. A couple different ways to do this. I find it easier to match up the board with the bezel. So we're going to kind of tuck it in on an angle. Kind of goes in this direction, and kind of put some pressure behind the board so you see the buttons fully coming through the front. We also want to make sure our wires are tucked down in here. We don't want them to stray in the path of the motor gear. So holding the back of the board with a few fingers, you're going to put this back across, and a little bit of flexing, it should lock into position like that. And always look down through the opening where the motor protrudes and make sure you don't see any wires. If not, we have to lift that back up and do that again. Then the final thing is just to tighten down the 5 Phillips head screws. Snug them down, don't over tighten, we're going into plastic.